morning. Welcome to the Thursday edition of your number one breakfast show on television inside Nigeria on Leadership Television. My name is Winifred Ugbebo, and it sure feels good to be hosting you on today's program. And as you can see, with me in the studio is a political analyst. He's also a public political economist, and also a public affairs analyst. Olamilekan Adebolari. Thank you so much once again.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
And a very good
And
morning to you.
happy Eid al-Fitr celebration.
All right, thank you so
God
much.
answer your prayer. It's going
Yeah.
to have your program. So, viewers, as you can see, we have an array of newspapers spread out on our table for review and discussion this morning. And of course, also as usual, the program we always start off with Nigeria's most influential newspaper, Leadership. Leadership is leading with the story on NAS. Let's see what he said. Leadership, NAS, Tinubu APC leaders meet to decide on zoning. National Assembly, Tinubu APC leaders meet to decide on zoning. House caucus presents zoning template. Orji Kalu, Izunaso, Akpabio, Barau, others beside President-elect residents. As lawmakers caution against zoning along executive lines. That's the story that is also making the cover of other papers. But before we go to other papers, let's see other stories that also leadership has on its cover. Above the masthead, we're starting from above the masthead. No Nigerian has died in Sudan conflict. Federal government. Banana Island, Lagos begins removal of illegal structures. Beneath the masthead of leadership, we have subsidy removal. CSO kick against $800 million World Bank loan. Leadership, we're still on leadership newspaper. Subsidy removal. CSO's kick against $800 million World Bank loan. Government killed 2 soldiers, 15 civilians, kidnapped 29 in Benue, Abuja. Government killed 2 soldiers, 15 civilians, kidnapped 29 in Benue, Abuja. States get 48-hour ultimatum to remit 2023 Hajj fare. Court dismisses for future order on Kogi governor's assets. Adamawa poll, Binani drops suit against Fintiri INEC orders. That's the picture. You have a big picture of some ministers, Federal Executive Council, yesterday in Abuja, and of course we have the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, holding some of the ministers in of course enlightening discussion. From the smiles on their faces, you can see that they are all amused or excited by what he's saying. From leadership, we move over to the page 3. That is our stance, the editorial stance of the paper. It says plight of Nigerians in Sudan. Plight of Nigerians in Sudan. Of course, that's what it also has a story on its cover. No Nigerian has died in Sudan conflict. From the page 3, we move over to the back page of leadership. Gittier than INEC. That's the Thursday column with Shuaibu Gimi. Gittier than INEC. That's the question you have to find out in. For more stories on leadership and inside pages, just log on to their website www.leadership.ng. From leadership, let's see what Blueprint is saying. It's same as a leadership newspaper. It says as lawmakers caution as Tinubu waits into NAS leadership tussle. As lawmakers caution as Tinubu waits into NAS leadership tussle. Contestants intensify lobby. Let's guide against executive interference. Golu. I don't have dual citizenship, articulated at Tinubu. I bestowed Guinean citizenship on President-elect as democracy icon only. However, our focus today is on still on the developing stories on NAS leadership. And now that President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu is back into the country, the lobbying has intensified. Like some papers carried out yesterday that some lawmakers were sleeping in their cars or would be aspirant sleeping and usually resorting to prayers in order to get appointments and executive positions in the National Assembly. So this day also has the same story like leadership. It says again, Tinubu meets APC National National Working Committee, National Assembly members over 10th legislatures leadership. Again, Tinubu meets APC, NWC, National Assembly members over 10th legislatures leadership. As lawmakers warn against interference in selection of principal officers. Caution against zoning positions alongside executive offices. President-elect to inaugurate flyover court building in Rivers. I'll take that again. Again, Tinubu meets APC, NWC, National Assembly members over 10th legislatures leadership. As lawmakers warn against interference in selection of principal officials. Caution against zoning positions alongside executive offices. President-elect to inaugurate flyover court building in Rivers. There is a leading story on this day as well as leadership and blueprint this morning. So
Oh,
we are not seeing the end of it. Now that the president-elect is back, the lobby has intensified.
exactly. And one thing about the lobby is that most of the aspirants for those two seats
Mm,
are not showcasing and not trying to sell their skills, sell their manifesto, and also sell their ideas to the president.
But yesterday I saw a report. I don't know how valid it is or it was. They said South Akpabio, South that Akpabio is likely to clinch the number 3 seat.
I think that's been trending even after immediately
Oh,
after
you
the
saw the
election,
report?
it has been
Yes.
trending. And
And yesterday I saw it again. I don't know how true that is.
no, we can't
Because
do
many
that.
expected that okay, with considering the executive status, that you will have yes, alongside executive offices, that you will have maybe the number 3 going to the southeast.
Based on what the calculation of the stories that you are reading and what you have heard about the South African
Mm.
next president, it is as a result of the outcome of the election based on the voting pattern and the voting result that APC got from the South Africa. If you compare the numbers of votes APC got from the South Africa, you can't compare to what it got from the South Africa. And that's why that competition could take it. It wasn't that it was the political party that quickly pulled that out. It was just analysts like us that quickly struggled their mind. And okay, with what has happened, with the numbers of votes that's coming from this particular region, I think it should go to them. Or based on the political party thinking right now, they have said they go to your camp. And I think that's why most of the aspirants are going to see the president elect. Because at the end of the day, it is the political party that will decide which zone to quickly pull this particular position to. But the argument will be on the basis of who provided which amount of vote from which region. That's why you see that even in the speakership also, there's also argument that okay, if it's about speakership, it is going back to the northeast. But the northeast as it is now, so the northeast is even like the guy in Patrol of Batara that is also by it's from Borno State. But I already ruled that out. That that will not
What about Barrow?
happen. But maybe it will happen. But based on the calculation of all the voting patterns, that's what we stand. And this is what we play like the political party, especially the APC. And that's why I see that chairman also came out in the news today and said that everybody should just calm down and allow things to settle down for position for this. But at the end of the day, the criteria they will use is how many votes comes from. But they also want to
Calm
ban.
down. We already by May Monday now is May 1st.
When
Still
politicians
no time like that.
when politicians say calm down, they will definitely do their bathroom work before they come out and make it openly that this is what they want. Or by before the inauguration of the 10th assembly, we will see the sign of the vote that this is the way it is. But in their own calculation also, they want to balance it. This religion aspect of
My guess yesterday, I don't know how that one will come into play because given the fact that it was in the past, he said if you take record that the Southeast has actually held that position longer than
any
any
other
other person from the nation, and he made mention of some of the Southeast candidates that we've had, and it's true, which actually
exactly. And the last one of the fire time and also Namani
yes,
education.
Namani, we had Chuba Kadi, we had
But the controversy that trained their own
during Obasanjo's
time.
even though Ekweremadu had held the position of deputy for 2 or 3
Exactly. But the issue that is before the political party, especially the APC that is going to produce leadership, that they want to be considered in terms of balancing the equation, because the equation is what Nigerians want to express. We have a Muslim president, we have a vice president, Muslim. The next one should not be a Muslim. That's the calculation. And the other top one should not be a Muslim. So it is that calculation they are looking at. And again, based on that, they're also looking at the region that gives them the best of the
And besides, what we are saying is that because there shouldn't be a repeat of what happened in 2015. Because was this their laid back attitude. Buhari first of all said he was not interested in moving, and of course it was hijacked.
But not in this particular scenario that we're comparing. I've seen that Tinubu is interested. And interest.
Because you said they said calm down, like as in
The calm down is not for what they are trying to say. The calm down, not to go and make it too controversial and begin to speculate. And the political parties have gone for this. No, calm down in the sense that let us do our working within ourselves. And that's what the chairman is saying. When I know Tinubu is interested, because and his interest will showcase his disciplinary nature of his political style. That's why he is meeting with everybody. Everybody that is coming to greet him, to tell him his ambition, he is meeting with them. He will have a handshake with you, will snap with you, and everything will go. But they know what they are going to do. They will not go there. What they are going to do with the best interest of Nigeria, which is balancing the equation within the religious bias or sentiment or political point.
Thank you so much. Now there are issues that is the first issue we are going to talk about today, and the second one we just discussed. The second one is the ongoing. Seems like the election tribunal yes, and papers have some stories on it. And let's look at what this day is saying on that. This day says article that is above the masthead. My drug-free record is reason I've been contesting polls. And Obi replied, INEC's objection, reply to my petition, biased, embarrassing. Article, my drug-free record is reason I've been contesting polls. And Obi says, INEC's objection, reply to my petition, biased, embarrassing. The same thing we have on Daily Sun. Daily Sun says, presidential poll, again, Atiku Obi attack INEC, Tinubu. Presidential poll, again, Atiku Obi attack INEC, Tinubu. And Vanguard says, poll, I have no age, drug record, controversy. Atiku replies Tinubu, poll, I have no age, drug record, controversy. Atiku replies Tinubu, insists APC candidate didn't meet constitutional threshold and is constitutionally disabled from contesting for office of President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Maintains President-elect had demonstrated inconsistency as to his actual date of birth, secondary schools he attended, state of origin, gender, actual name, certificates, evidencing universities attended. I'll take that from the Punch. Punch also says, Obi attacks INEC for defending Tinubu and claims victory.
I think
and we also have similar story on The Guardian. The Guardian says, I'm unencumbered by scandals. Atiku replies Tinubu's Syria loser jab. It's going to be interesting.
Well. And interesting in the sense that what we are seeing, they are bringing out as the issues of the election issue, not really the issues that concern the election.
Yes.
These are the things that the tribunal are taking at first hand. And as the tribunal is taking them at first hand, we should expect that they will begin to track them one after the other. Because some of these things they are talking about age, state, certificate, the tribunal will not handle it. They will put it aside. Because once they put all those ones aside, then they will not face the big issue of election. Was there violence? Was there rigging? Was there ballot snuffing? Then the issues that the tribunal will treat are issues that contained in the new electoral act. These ones are issues that at the end of the day will go back to maybe Supreme Court, and Supreme Court will not look at the validity of what they are saying, whether the person possesses the certificate or doesn't possess the certificate. Why I'm saying this is that if you go back to 2015, 2019 elections, 2019 election, you see that at the end of the day, these are the same things.
But there was no 2015.
There was, but it was just that it didn't generate. The political party went to tribunal, but it didn't generate much noise as it is today. The 2019 one was that just like it started this way. They are now looking at the pre-election issues that doesn't concern the tribunal. And that's why they are firing out on it. And before you know it, before the next 2 3 weeks, you see that the tribunal will say they are trash out this or they are trash out down that issue. Then the petitioner will now go ahead and take it to other courts that they think they can take it, or take it as an addendum to take it to Supreme Court. But as it stands today, these are the issues that the election matter that doesn't work. And if you, as I said, if you go back to that 2019, when this same thing happened with Buhari, this is how the tribunal also treated it and said these are all issues that we are going to take. Issue of issue of certificate and issue of whether you are going to primary school or don't want to primary school. It is not their concern. And then it was trash out. But we hope that the parties in this particular issue look at the merit of the petition or the real issue as stipulated in the new Toyota Act of 2021.
So at least the tribunal has started.
They have started work and the work is on. I don't think there will be any rest for you.
Meanwhile, many people have been calling for the live telecast of
It's expected. We cannot be live telecast.
Yes,
but it do not also, you know one thing about live telecast. You can be having a live telecast of what is happening. You will be showing us the argument of this, the argument of this. The judges will not talk. They will just be taking the argument until the end of when they meet. But when they want to make the real judgment, they will send everybody out.
And make it a secret.
Not that they will make it a secret. It will be still be done with the presence of the hundreds of lawyers, but the media will not be part of it. The media will be asked to excuse them or to off their system. That's what will happen. So live telecast is not something that we can have it, but at the end of the day, we should know that when they want to make the real judgment,
You are saying that you don't have any impact.
the thing is that
Many people like Senator Shehu Sani, they are calling for live telecast. Maybe considering the fact that maybe having camera beam on your face has a way of it has this kind of effect.
it have a effect on people because one,
On those in the court now.
it will only be the live camera, live telecast will only be focused on the lawyers because when witnesses will be called, some witnesses will say they don't want to be appear on TV. So what will happen to the live telecast? And it is from that aspect that people will now know that okay, this person was part of the witness that witnesses that were in the true fact. But when it comes to that level, the judge or the witness will say no, I don't, or the lawyer will say my witness will not want to appear on TV. And nobody wants to see a witness coming. So the live telecast it has the advantage in the sense that all the argument from left and right of the lawyer will be seeing it, will be hearing it. But when it now comes to the evidence aspect of where witnesses will be calling to the box, they will shut out the live telecast. When they want to make the judgment, the final judgment, they will also have to shut it out. That's all. And they want to, when they want to do sensitive things, they also object. And those sensitive things will include maybe they want to now check or recount the ballot or check one or two. They will tell you these are confidential documents that cannot be exposed to the media.
But how come that, okay, looking at the nitty-gritty of it all, as you said that the election petition tribunal will look at the main issues concerning. Many people, like I saw some snippets of Peter Obi's, that is Labour candidates, Labour Party's candidate yesterday. And he said that INEC up to date does not have the full results on their server, and he still denied them access to those results.
I think they have gone to court.
Court is there.
And they have gone to
And one
court.
begins to wonder then on what basis did they declare winners and all those stuff and losers if they don't have the results
I don't.
on their server and they still deny them access to it.
The issue is this on server or the one that was declared.
On server.
On
they don't
server.
have.
Maybe that need to be checked because up to date, I think there are less than 3,000 results that are uploaded. Although INEC have given excuse for the slow in the update that it was as a result of the schedule inconclusive election they have to do so that they can concentrate their time and everything on that particular election. That's why they some of the activities are there for on that particular one the presidential stuff that maybe after this week we uploaded. Our view was right. He said that all the results was not uploaded. But on the result that was declared, you know, it was the manual result that was declared. So it is the manual result they will take that they have been using. And it is the manual result they will take to the court. And it has been established that according to the rules of INEC that it has opportunity.
And okay, we were also told in some of the petition that most of the results, even the ones that they have on the server, were plugged. We have some of them plugged, we have some of them mutilated, cancelled. So what happened? How are they going to defend that?
Definitely they will defend it. They will defend it in the sense that in your party, does your party have a copy of such results? if a party A in a polling booth
Mm.
A uploaded a result that was wrong, definitely the one that the political party agent collected will be
No,
used
their
as
own,
evidence.
their own server. Their own. I'm talking about not the party's own.
No,
The INEC now, who has obviously has the
I
result,
do.
has their own result.
Mhm.
Lord on IRF portal.
On-
So how are they going to?
Now,
what are they
if
going
you
to
want
say?
that part, let's say unit ABC, result is uploaded and it's blunt, there's nothing on it. And an agent of that political party collected their own copy. It is that copy they will use as evidence to show whether the result is corrected or not. And that's why it was being emphasized that the majority of the political party must make sure that they have their own result, agent collected result as evidence. But in a situation whereby they don't have a result of their agent and they didn't take it to the court, then INEC now bring his own. And his own now tally with the one they have with the
No, the
server.
one that they said they have with the server is blood. So
What
what
are
are they going to say?
What I'm trying to say is that particular one that is blunt, not everything is blunt. You may see some writings that will indicate, okay, this particular result is
No, they said some you can't even see their blood.
then the political party should be able to identify that particular blunt result from one particular region it comes from, so they can use that
Use
evidence
evidence.
against them. If they don't have it, that's when they will use that from that particular
And
one.
mutilated and it's so interesting. Anyway, thank God that the election tribunal has started. So at the end of the day, we'll see how everything will pan out. From that election tribunal, we also have another developing story, and that is on the Sudan conflict, the, the evacuation of Nigerian students and other nationals in the country of Sudan. And federal government says today that no Nigerian has died in Sudan conflict. No Nigerian has died in Sudan conflict. And of course, Vanguard also has similar story. No Nigerian died in Sudan, federal government, as airlift begins tomorrow. As airlift begins tomorrow. Blueprint says Sudan, Nigeria to spend $1.2 million on citizens evacuation. Sudan, Nigeria to spend $1.2 million on citizen evacuation, and that is on Blueprint newspaper. This day says Sudan federal government says evacuation of women, children to be given priority. Sudan federal government says evacuation of women, children to be given priority. Hires 40 buses at cost of $1.2 million. Declares Nigeria has not recorded any casualty in ongoing crisis. Means that diplomats will be on ground to coordinate evacuation. Air Peace to begin airlifting via Egypt Friday, that is tomorrow. And of course, that is the major story on the Punch newspaper this Thursday, April 27, 2023. Punch says Sudan conflict, students lament slow evacuation, federal government to pay $1.2 million. Students lament slow evacuation, federal government to pay $1.2 million. Only 15 out of 40 buses ready on Wednesday conveyed 750 according to students. Minister says cost covers 19-hour journey security from Sudan to Cairo. Sudan conflict, students lament slow evacuation. Federal government to pay $1.2 million. That is on newspaper. Only 15 out of 40 buses ready on Wednesday conveyed 750. That is according to students. Minister says cost covers 19-hour journey security from Sudan to Cairo. And of course, on that day, the Punch newspaper will have pictures of Nigerians at the registration point in Sudan before their evacuation to Cairo, Egypt on Wednesday. That was yesterday. Of course, we can also see some of the buses, the buses conveying these students.
And they are not just students as we have been.
Yes, students are Nigerians. Yes.
There are other Nigerians, traders, businessmen, and including staff from the Nigerian agencies that are also there. The mission are also there to have to evacuate some of them. But the key message is that even though it's coming a little bit too late, access to
But many people are raising eyebrow over that amount, $1.2 million.
I don't think any people should raise eyebrow about it. What about if the government decides not to go and pick anything? Is the money the money worth the life of the people? 1.2 million is even cheap in a sense they're going to provide security and they're going to hire people. And based on the currency exchange between Naira going. That's why it's like that. So we should just pray that we all get back to Nigeria safely. What about
Besides, because there is work.
so you know amount is too small to go and do this kind of thing, 1.2 million. When people are looting billions of dollars, they are comparing that 1.2 million is too expensive. Maybe they talk is like the boss in Nigeria that can hire boss for 500,000 naira compared to million. It's foreign country, and again, it provides security. And I also believe there will also be items, maybe food, clothing, and the rest of them. So we should not complain about it. But we should be more concerned about the safe return of this set of Nigeria.
But how bring this us to this question? Because we are speaking so much. Why is it that Nigeria always take the fire brigade approach to issues like this?
You know, it was from when I was discussing this on another sister platform, was like, it's like when the president was making his speech to the warring parties, now they should step down, they should cease fire and the rest of them. What Nigerian, you have Nigerian intelligence agency, you have Nigerian what advice they give the president? Is that the advice they give the president to go and telling the warring party when both of them are loggerheads that is going to control Sudan. And the report argued that it's like the US is supporting one, Russia is supporting the other one. And it's going to be a war that will not just start and end now. And someone has already calculated this is a closing war in Africa, just like what is happening between Russia and Ukraine. So what the government would have done first and foremost is to approach. The evacuation would have been the first statement of the president, not asking them to fight. Although we also understand the bureaucratic nature of government. If you ever work for government, but the bureaucratic nature of public service, until before filing to go to this table, that table, and you have delay. And I think those are the things that also collaborate and bring more of this delay into the effect whereby government doesn't act fast and expected. But now that they have acted, we just hope that the remaining, they said 15 balls were seen on the scene. We just hope the remaining 25 balls will be left also free. It was 40 they calculated. And we just hope that all the Nigerians, about 5,000 of them, they have also put in record to be available to be evacuated. Although there are also news that Sudan, Saudi Arabia is also helping to evacuate some Nigerians through the ferry and through the sea. We just hope all this will work out well for Nigeria.
So too, because they said by Friday, that is where AirPeace will lead them from Cairo, Egypt. We just hope it will work well, just as you said. Now, the last paper for our review this morning is on The Guardian. The Guardian has different story entirely, and it says subsidy removal, marketers in limbo over implementation, $15.1 billion forest demand for fuel importation. Subsidy removal, marketers in limbo over implementation, $15.1 billion forest demand for fuel importation.
This when I saw this news yesterday, I hope we are not back to 2012 and early part of 2015 or 2016 of this outgoing law. Because when marketers start this Rambo fight over forest, it is only one thing. They're only looking for opportunity to make money. What are they doing with 15.1 billion forest to import fuel? When in any moment from now, the Dangote refinery has been said to come on stream. So how will they need this kind of amount of money?
Or with duration.
Duration of time they are going to use it. And you know the thing is that NMT has been so important before, and we never had issue with forex. Now that these guys are coming into the part of it, we are now having issue with the window whereby they are going to have opportunity to draw or make use of our 15.1 billion US. What does it mean? Now, what it means in my own understanding as an economist or political economist is that this money will go back to the black market. Because that's what was happening then. And when they give them forex to go and trade, they will give it back to the black market to trade with it, and they will collect their own percentage. And that's why at the end of the day, there was calm about the subsidy or calm about PMS to the country. I just hope that the government know what they are doing, or the CBN that is going to release this fund, understand that this is just another opportunity for some people to come up, or else we just, it's better for me. I would rather ask the government to look deeply into this particular amount that they are going to give to marketers. And most of them, and the funny thing, most of them don't even have the warehousing or the property, facilities to take care of the importation of PMS. When they bring it to me, they will now be looking for where to go and store it at the end of the day.
So now that the outgoing administration is want to remove as it's going, is that why? Wouldn't they have left it for the incoming administration?
That is the right aspect of it. But to them, they believe that since they have been seeing it right from the beginning,
And because they also want to share this, you saw one part of the story that CS was
kicking
kick
against
against,
over
yes,
800
leadership,
billion
exactly.
US dollar. And apart from that, this subsidy issue is payment is in the 2023 budget, and they are more or less like the one that have been releasing part of that fund. So the new government will just come and quickly all right percent to quickly the other part of it, and as it is like half of the year. So what they are going to do is to make sure that they clean their record of subsidy so that if the new government is coming, if he intend to continue, he can continue. But if he not intend to continue, he stop it. That's why they are looking at June. So when they hand over by May 29, first first the first week of June, that means to say that the subsidy regime in Nigeria, according to the 2023 budget, is over. That is the calculation they are looking at. That's why in the budget, over 6 trillion is budgeted for subsidy. So if we end by May 29, that means there is no money anybody is going to be budgeting for subsidy again. But the new government will now look for opportunity to look for money elsewhere to look for subsidy. Or we should just continue like that, there is no subsidy. Because as it is, 2023 budget, the 6 trillion that is put for subsidy will end by June. That is the 6 months. So that's the calculation that's why they are insisting that they want to ensure that it happens. But many Nigerians don't understand it. We just hope that they can bring it to that level to understand. As it stands today, in the 2023 budget, the money we budgeted for subsidy will end by June. So the next government will have to think around where to get money. And you remember that exactly. And if you remember, over 92% of what we are getting in terms of revenue from crude oil is going to subsidy payment.
Yes,
And that's why
it's going to debt
servicing. And the debt servicing we are talking about is subsidy.
Okay.
It's not even the loan. It's subsidy. It's subsidy.
It's interesting.
So the 77 trillion that we are owing all together with the CBN means and ways, the main national budget, national debt outlook for the 4 trillion of it is all as a result of subsidy payment. And the gap that the NMT should have efforts to cover up, they said they are being recovered. And what is that recovery? So you cannot see why the government have to.
So now what is the prospect for the incoming administration?
The prospect is this: where will they get money to pay for subsidy? So that's why the 800 billion is coming. But what the new government can
But can government just leave out things that are not so viable? Like for instance, the census that is budgeting so much money to conduct. Is there any need for that now? Given the fact that there is no money and you are already on your way out.
Importantly,
so as it is now, because I saw something that they made over how many billions
the access to your account. And it's about 4-5 million US.
Exactly. Only. You can imagine.
The thing is that they have not been putting money in the excess. And we also.
For just 8 good years.
What happened is that when they came into power, the 2
yes, was right.
And the one that right, instead of the civilians that NFPs to bring the money and give them, they were using it to cover up for importation of subsidies that we PMS. And these subsidies that we are talking about, it is not just PMS, including kerosene and diesel.
They are not deregulated.
They are not deregulated,
that's why the price is so high.
So the government also have a means of paying some subsidy on it. But also remember that electricity we are paying subsidy on it by the government. So all these things put together is what making the government to spend so much in terms of this expenditure. But as rightly pointed out, how come that we could not able to save for the excessive food oil account? It is as a result of the fluctuation in the international market whereby today it is like this. Like presently now, it's like gradually rising to about $60 per barrel. Nobody knows what happened. And the government on their own, they have so much borrowed that they have mortgaged some of these savings to payment of debt and servicing of debt. Not just debt of external debt, including Nigerians that government have bought government papers, treasury bills. Government is paying them all recently.
And the borrowers
internal bonds. And most of them are banks. These banks have borrowed government money. So they are collecting their money. But that's why I say that banks are started declaring excess of billions as profit after tax. Because government have to pay them back their money. And if they don't pay them, you know what happens?
Actually, where the profits that Now, I just ask you a question. So, what are the prospects for the incoming administration? Because from what we just quoted, that is really a grim picture that you just painted. So, what's now the hope for President Obi? Because I have not forgotten the words of the Cardinal State Governor Malam Nasir, I said that the incoming administration is going to have it so tough that 2, 3 years is not going to be easy.
at all.
Don't
On this issue of subsidy, if they cannot get money to fund it, they'll just let it go like that. Or the 800 billion that World Bank
They want to share it before they even go.
I think the incoming government will have to put an eye on it so that they will not just share it. Because as it is
That's
now,
just
so many stakeholders are waiting for their own share of that money. But I want to believe that the incoming government should strategically look at that money and say, hold on first. Already they will have said they don't want.
Yes, they don't want.
And
But they know that they said it's money that they are going to lose and they are going.
Because there won't be any accountable
Exactly.
of getting. But for me, for the incoming government, shopping for money to pay for subsidy is very difficult. Why is it difficult in the sense that you will also have to go back to World Bank to go and look for another pay for it. And the World Bank will not be ready because they said remove this thing on their own part. IMF, World Bank has said remove this subsidy. So if the government will not stand by it and say we are removing subsidy, then we are going to have a situation by goes going to sell for 600 or 500 higher, maybe 800 from areas that will not access. But the key message is this: is there any opportunity for the local refineries to come on stream in the next 3 4 months? So that even government is going to borrow money.
Just when you just mentioned this local refineries, brought to my mind what do you know that modular refinery in Edo State is already producing? And unfortunately, and it's so strange that during that fuel crisis, people in Edo State were buying fuel at about over 300, 400 naira. Meanwhile, modular refinery, what it means is that it cannot sustain the people there.
The
And that's what the government said that they actually, I don't know, gave a one watery response.
the issue is this: they borrowed money to
I was
do that
surprised. So the refinery is already working, and yet people are buying fuel in that same environment.
They will buy, but they will not buy at the price. They will not buy at the price that the Nigerian NPC will put it. Because one, the government borrowed money to build that refinery. The people that borrowed the government money are waiting for it. The good oil they crack.
And there was not even, remember there was not even fuel in that period
Exactly.
like that. And the ones that that were sent, they were buying for 400 up to. And yet
The state has a refinery that is working.
that's working.
Although they
I
don't
read the
be
report, I was
producing.
shocked. I said, so they have a refinery that is already working.
But the issue is that even with that refinery that is already working, the refinery was
It's not
borrowed.
meeting that
If that demand, even they will even prefer to sell to outsiders. Because one, they borrowed money to build that
It's
refinery.
interesting.
The refinery people, the managers of that refinery want to pay back the loan to the interest. Now the good oil they crack, that refinery is bought in dollar, not in naira. So when they finish refining, they want to sell in the equivalent of what they can make money from, make more profit. That is the black market of 250, 300. And that's how they sell it. And as it is not even in the hands of the government of Edo State. They give it to the consultant, the manager, to manage it. So when those ones make their profit, they give the government their own share, they take their own share. And what it means is they cannot sell to the ordinary Edo man on the street of Edo to be using that. They will rather sell to outsider than make their
Your
money.
explanation,
That's what it is.
it took me by surprise. I was like, the refinery, modular refinery is already working, and yet it's not servicing the need, the demand of the indigenous people. What is it for?
We just hope that the entire, there are 8 of them scattered across this Nigeria, they can work. And when they work, they should serve their area. But their challenge has always been that the crude oil they are using, they are buying it in dollar from NNPC. And NNPC will give you the excuse that they cannot sell in naira to them because it's an international commodity. And it is subject to international price. And just like Nigerian liquefied natural gas is also key, whereby they produce 100% and take 70% outside to sell and give us 30%. So just for business, they now increase to 35%. But even with that, it's not even servicing Nigerian population that are using gas. Just like that, the position of gas is still on the high side. And that's why the tariff on gas is also very high. Once you understand that local consumption is very, very important, that's why we can now break down.
Yes, well, the explanation you just give, that we should also hold that much for that we say.
Definitely, yeah, I said it
It's
now.
still going to be the same thing, but
Yeah.
it's a need to make profit.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
where it's situated in the free trade
Very
zone,
good.
it's dollars. They are going to be using.
Exactly. Even the one that Rabiu, the BUA is also building a fiber state. He's targeting the Central African region, Cameroon and the rest of them. So, although good for us, but the thing is that local consumption is quite striking that we need to take care of.
And it will be enough to do that. Oh, well, thank you so much, Adekola. It's It's always too nice to have you around for your insightful comments and observations. I look forward to having you same time, same station.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yes, this is where we come to the end of today's breakfast show inside Nigeria. Don't forget, same time, same station tomorrow is another day. I am winning for the football and look forward to having you tomorrow. See you.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.